Harold Cain murdered. Plot 5. Newspaper magnate Harold Cain has been found dead on board the luxury liner RMS Titania in the port of Liverpool, England. Police previously indicated that it was an unlawful killing and have now released details of the crime. The investigating officer, Inspector Balustrade of Scotland Yard, says Cain was bludgeoned to death in the golf cage on the main deck. Forensic evidence shows that Cain died from multiple blows to the head with a blunt instrument by a right-handed assailant, he told reporters. He had a number of defensive wounds on his arms, and his wristwatch was smashed. The hands of the watch stopped at 11:09 p.m. It was a particularly nasty crime. Bludgeoning's a very messy and unpleasant way to kill someone, so we can assume that the killer is either well used to violence or was in a state of very heightened passions at the time of the attack. Business tycoon Max Millions was one of a select group of guests who attended an end-of-voyage dinner party aboard the ship on the night of the murder. Speaking exclusively to the Murder Mystery Times, he said, "Yeah, I was there for the dinner party, but it was a lame affair. So as soon as dinner was over, I vamoosed and spent the night at a hotel. Anyway, the murder took place after I had left, so that's me off the hook. The police have eliminated me from their inquiries." When asked if he had any thoughts on who might want Mr. Cain dead, Mr. Millions replied, "You ought to ask who wouldn't want him dead. He was the most unpopular guy I ever met. He was always dishing the dirt on people in that scandal paper of his. So he made a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies. If anything, he was even worse in person. I watched him spend the entire cruise bullying and manipulating people and putting them down. A real wrong number, that guy. I don't know who killed him, but whoever it was, I'd gladly shake their hand." The party host, Captain David E. Jones, has also been eliminated from inquiries. He returned to his duties immediately after dinner, and his movements from that time have been fully accounted for by his chief engineer and first officer. There were few other crew members on board that night, and none are being treated as suspects, so the finger of suspicion points firmly in the direction of the other party guests. Inspector Balustrade was unwilling to name names, but Mr. Millions was more forthcoming. "There were 6 guests, discounting me. Cain and Captain Jones. There was that over-the-hill actress, Barbara Swansong. That English aristocrat fellow, Lord Algernon Russell. Quite a nice guy, actually. That tennis-playing broad, Ace Wildcard. A Texan cowboy-type poker player, Bill Hold'em. That American heiress, Davina Wide-Eyed. And, that travel writer dame, what's her name? Oh yeah, Amelia Reckless. Not such a bad lot, really. But it seems it was one of them that did it. You just never know what people are capable of, do you?" Mr. Millions and the other dinner party guests have temporarily returned to the Titania to assist Inspector Balustrade with his inquiries. Summary of events. Plot 5. Harold Cain was bludgeoned to death in the golf cage on the deck of the RMS Titania. A forensic examination has revealed that he was struck several times across the head with a blunt object and had defensive wounds on his arms. His wristwatch was smashed and the hands stopped at 11:09. Cain was one of a select group of passengers attending an end-of-voyage dinner party on board the ship, hosted by the captain, David E. Jones. Dinner was served al fresco between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. After dinner, business tycoon Max Millions went ashore. Captain Jones returned to his duties, and Cain and the other guests wandered freely around the deck. The party broke up at 11 p.m. Some guests went ashore while others stayed on board. Max Millions and Captain Jones have been eliminated from police inquiries. All crew members' movements have been accounted for.